Yo, what's going on, my good people? My good people, this is the Cool Teacher back. I'm about to go ahead and show you guys how to go ahead and add integers. A lot of people are having trouble with adding integers, so we're gonna go ahead and get into that. How to add integers. Now, basically, adding integers is different from adding regular numbers because adding integers has to do with negatives. And I know how some people really hate negatives. So this is how to go ahead and do it. So let's get a problem up here. Let's go ahead and start with 3 plus negative 8. Okay? 3 plus negative 8. How do we go ahead and do that? Well, we got to go ahead and first get the absolute value of both of these numbers. Okay, so I want the absolute value of 3 and the absolute value of negative 8. So let's go ahead and start. Absolute value, and if you guys know absolute value, it has like big bars. So absolute value of 3 and absolute value of negative 8. Okay, now in case you guys don't know what absolute value is how far a number is away from 0. Okay, so how far is 3 away from 0? 3 is 3 units or 3 spaces away from 0. Okay, how far is negative 8 away from 0? Negative 8 is 8 spaces away from 0. So the absolute value is how far a number is from 0. Okay, so just in case you didn't know what absolute value is, if you don't know, now you know. Alright, so this is 3 spaces away, this is 8 spaces away. The reason we do that is because we want to know which number we're going to choose. Okay, and how do I know which number I'm going to choose? I take the number with the greater absolute value. 8 has a greater absolute value. So I know that my number is going to be negative because I take the sign of whatever has the greater absolute value. Alright, so from there I know my answer is going to be negative. Okay, now from here I go ahead and subtract the two numbers. Now I don't subtract the two how they're written. I'm going to subtract the smaller number from the bigger number. So 8 minus, definitely not 5, but 8 minus 3. Now the reason we're subtracting these two numbers is because these signs are different. This is a positive 3 and this is a negative 8. Okay, whenever I have a positive 3 or a negative 8, those are different signs. So that's why I'm subtracting. Alright, so 8 minus 3 gives me what? Everybody should know that 8 minus 3 gives me 5. So 3 plus negative 8 is going to give me a negative 5. I'm going to go through the steps really quickly again. I take the absolute value of both numbers. I figure out what has the greater absolute value, and that tells me what sign that I'm going to use. So since 8 was a greater absolute value, I'm going to use the sign of whatever has the greater absolute value. In this case it was 8 or negative 8. So I'm going to bring my negative down, or wherever you're going to put it on your paper that you're doing, go ahead and put your sign. So I know this is going to be negative. Then, since my signs are different, I'm going to go ahead and subtract because my signs are different. I subtract the smaller number from the bigger number, and then I get 8 minus 3, which is 5. That's how I get negative 5. The absolute values tell me what my sign is. My different signs tell me that I'm going to subtract. And that's how I get my answer. Now you're probably like, well, what if I have the same signs? I'll let you know that in just a moment. Let me go ahead and separate these really quick. And that's cool. So what if you have the same signs? So say if you have, let's see, negative 12 plus a negative 9. So negative 12 plus negative 9. Now this is actually going to be a whole lot easier than what you think. Okay? Over here my signs were different. Over here my signs are the same. Here's a quick tip. If the signs are the same, you keep them the same. This is a negative, this is a negative. My answer is going to be negative. Okay? And then from there, all I would do is add them together. Why would I add them? I'm adding them because my signs are the same. So I'm just going to simply add 12 plus 9. Okay? The signs are the same. I keep the sign the same. And since the signs are the same, I'm just going to add my two numbers together, which is 12 plus 9. When I add 12 to 9, what do I get? I hope you said 21. Or, for those of you that say it like this, 21. So, either way, you get the answer. Okay? That is how you add integers together. Okay? I showed you how to do it on the left-hand side when my signs are different. I showed you how to do it on the right-hand side when my signs are the same. Alright? If you have any questions, go ahead and ask me down below in the comments. Other than that, like and subscribe. And feel free to share this video with whoever you would like to share it with. Alright? This is TheCoolTeacher, and I'm out.